What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today I'm a very excited boy. And the reason I am such an excited boy is because I've got the Devastator deck. Now, this doesn't actually come out until March the 29th. I finally managed to become that person that gets stuff early. Now, full disclosure, this was sent to me by the lovely folks at Wizards of the Coast, the makers of the game. And this video is being uploaded before the official release date. However, I have had their express permission to do so. Yay! And for any of you wondering, well, how do you get this thing early? Well, here's what you do. You start a podcast, you run that for about 3 or 4 years, then you start a YouTube channel, and then you do that for about another 3 or 4 years. Then you start a second YouTube channel with a new game, and then about 6 months later, boom! So, Devastator deck, and here's the thing, right? We know it's got Devastator. We know we get all of the bots that make up Devastator. And we also know that there are 5 exclusive cards in this deck, which cannot be got anywhere else. I did a video about them. In fact, I was lucky enough to exclusively reveal one. But we don't know what else is in the deck. So we need to bust this bad boy open and have a look. Obviously, spoilers. I will be showing you all the cards in the deck here. So if you want to know what's in the deck, great news, keep watching, I'm going to show you. If you don't want to know what's in the deck, bookmark this and come back when you don't want it spoiled. Now, if you want to play Devastator, you've got to buy this deck. Devastator is exclusive to this particular deck. So you get 6 of your combiner characters. And then what you do when playing the Enigma card, that's this thing, you then actually get to form up into Devastator. Devastator is not available in packs. Devastator is only available in this particular deck. You want Devastator, you've got to buy this deck. How about we slide this over so it's not covered by my face? That might be a better idea. Devastator. And Devastator is made of all of these little combiner characters. You start the game with the combiners, and then when you've got them all in bot mode, you drop the Enigma card, and you form up into Devastator. And they can be KO'd as long as they are in the KO area in bot mode. Unless all 6 of them are KO'd. If all 6 of them are KO'd, it's game over, and you have lost. So all 6 of these are exclusive to the Devastator deck. And if you want to play Devastator, great news. You need these 6 characters. They are 25 stars between them. Cool. Scrapper is 5 stars, the other are 4. 5 4s are 20, add the 5, 25. So let's pop Devastator out of the way here. We can talk about him a bit more later. Although I have done a video about Devastator and how it works and all of that. Again, link in the description. What I'm really excited about today is these battle cards. I do not know what the 40 card deck is. Oh, you get some damage counters to be playing with your games. So, we know that you get a playset of all of the 5 exclusive cards. That makes up 15 cards in the deck. We don't know what the others are. Straight off the bat, if anyone's looking for a recommendation, and yes, I know Wizards sent me this, but you're getting a completely honest recommendation, as you always are, you need to buy this deck. Now, when it came to Metroplex, the Metroplex deck, you needed to play Metroplex. And it had height advantage, which if we ever get any other Titans in the future, it gives Titans bold 4. So it's a really good card for Titans. Outside of that, you could ignore the Metroplex deck if you wanted. This you can't. Because one of the exclusive cards in here is going to be a staple, at least one of them, is going to be a staple in a whole bunch of decks going forward. So there's some damage counters. Oh, there's a little rule book. How cute is that? Little, nice simple little rule book telling you how everything works. Quite simple. But you know, we get a nice little rule book. That's kind of cool. And, a tower card, which has an advert on the back, incidentally. Now, the tower card you don't really need. Well, the Devastator's hook is that you build a tower throughout the game, and this just gives you a little bit of a reminder about that, and has a little advert for Rise of the Combiners on the back. So the tower card's kind of cool, but it's not needed. I do, however, adore the artwork on it. The artwork is very, very cool. So, first of all, we've got the exclusive cards. So, we have 3 copies of Constructicon Enigma. You need this. This is the Enigma card. This is what you use to form up into Devastator. It's very important. 3 copies of Builder's Tools can only be put on Constructicons, and when the upgraded character attacks, you raise your tower by 1. It's fine. It's useless outside of Devastator decks, but in a Devastator deck, it's a cool little utility upgrade. 3 copies of Heavy Landing. Now this one I like very much indeed. You do 1 damage to an enemy. If your tower is 6 or higher, you do 3 damage. Well, we've got the star card Bolt of Lightning, which does 3 damage and doesn't have a pip. This is that when you've got a tower of 6. But outside of that, this is Zap with a blue icon. Well, people already play Zap with an orange icon. This is literally Zap with a blue icon. You've got the card that I was lucky enough to reveal, that is Reclaim. You put an upgrade on top of your deck, and then from your discard pile, scrap pile, and if your tower is 3 or higher, you draw a card. It's good for getting upgrades back, and it's not just in a Devastator deck. You can do that in any deck. But this is the reason you've got to buy this deck. Work Overtime. Work Overtime is exclusive to this deck. You can only get it in this deck. And unless you draw until you got 4 cards in hand. It's crazy good. It's like over the top good. It is one of the very best draw cards we've got. These are the exclusive cards. Devastator only, Zap with a blue icon, useful for getting upgrades back, amazing draw card. Metroplex, yeah fine, don't buy it if you don't want to play Metroplex and you're not worried about Titans in the future. I get that. And the starter deck, if you don't want the exclusive characters, fine, I understand that. This is a must-have deck. I believe that sincerely. So what else do we have? Looks like we got a full 3 copies of Blast Shield. That is +2 armor and scrap the card after you attack. It's a Wave 1 card that has been reprinted, I believe, in Wave 2. Either way, it's not the rarest card, it's not the most sought after card. A full 3 copies of Force Field. Very good card, means you can only take 4 damage. If you would take more than that, you scrap Force Field instead and don't take the damage. Great card, but it was in Wave 1 and it is a common, so you've probably got a bunch of copies of it. A full 3 copies of Grenade Launcher, a very good card. +4 attack, but it goes away after you attack. Again, it's a really good card, but it was an uncommon back in Wave 1, so you've probably got a bunch of copies of it. 2 copies of Ramming Speed. Scraps an enemy upgrade. Again, it's an uncommon from Wave 1. There's a decent chance you've already got a bunch of copies of it, but it's not too bad. I mean, it's a fun card. You just don't necessarily need it. 3 copies of Scrapper Gauntlets. Scrap an enemy weapon when you attach it to a character, +1 defense. If you can't scrap an enemy weapon, draw a card. It's fine. Again, it's a common from Wave 1. Essentially here, these cards seem to be going together to kind of boost your attack and your defense, and that seems to be what we're going for. We've got boosting defense, boosting attack, scrapping upgrades. We're doing a little bit of everything. 2 copies of Improvised Shield. Now, this one was definitely reprinted. I don't think... Anyway, Improvised Shield definitely was reprinted in Wave 2. This is the Wave 2 version. 2 copies of that. Gives you Tough 1. Double orange icon. It's fine. It's alright. But again, it's a common in Wave 1 and Wave 2. You've probably got it. 3 copies of Pep Talk. That lets you draw 2 cards. Decent draw engine in this deck, incidentally. With the 4 copies of Work Overtime, Pep Talk and Scrapper Gauntlets, there's a bit of drawing here. Draw 2 cards, it's alright. It's an uncommon from Wave 2, so it's fine. And then we've got 3 copies of Primary Laser. +2 attack, blue icon. It's a common from Wave 1, which was reprinted in Wave 2. So again, you've almost certainly got that. And then finally, 3 copies of Rapid Conversion. Now, this is really good in a combiner deck, because you've got to get all 6 of these bad boys into bot mode. That's fairly important. Lets you flip one of your characters from one mode to another. Generally alt to bot in this. It's a common from Wave 1. reprinted in Wave 2. So, the non-exclusive cards, they're not stunning. We've got a bunch of the cards that were in Wave 1 and in Wave 2. No rares, all commons and uncommons. Although, they go together to form, and I haven't tested the deck out yet. I haven't had a chance. You've literally just seen me open it. How could I have played it before I opened it? That would have been weird. But we've got enough cards to be doing something with. We've got flipping, and we've got attacking and defending and scrapping upgrades and a bit of drawing. We've got enough to be playing around with. I'm going to be honest with you, the non-exclusive cards are not particularly stunning. Although they are, maybe Scrapper Gauntlets accepted, maybe Primary Laser. They're decent standard cards. They're decent kind of staple cards. But it's the only way you're going to get Devastator. And there are 5 exclusive cards in the set. And look, even if you don't want to use Builder's Tools, which I get, Heavy Landing is just zap with a blue icon. Reclaim gets you your upgrades back. Work Overtime is a phenomenal draw card that's going to be a staple in a whole bunch of decks. Sorry about the glare then. And then Heavy Landing is zapped with a blue icon. I think I said that one already. Ha! The exclusive cards and Devastator are worth it, if I'm honest with you. There we go. I'm not bowled away by the non-exclusive cards. But I do think it's a great deck. And if you want Transformers TCG, you're going to want one of these. Thank you to Wizards of the Coast for sending this out, letting us do the opening a bit early. Big love to them. They are lovely people. And I am very grateful. Yay! So, now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for you to tell me what you think about this Devastator deck and whether you're going to go ahead and buy one or whether you're going to go, nah, it's not for me. Let me know in the comment section, ladies and gentlemen. Go nuts, but please do remember the rule. Be nice, would you? And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and follow me on Twitter @TheWassy. That's where we talk about games, like Transformers. And incidentally, if you want to know more about Devastator and how it plays, do please remember that I have got videos linked in the description where you can do so. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross and you've been watching Wassy Plays.